Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us on our webinar, Orbiting Success at Satellite and GovMillSpace, your ultimate pre-launch guide. I'm Lindsay Fuller. I'm the SVP of the Satellite Group here at Access Intelligence and Show Director for Satellite. I'm joined by Isabel Burnham. She's the Director of Marketing for Satellite. And joining us any minute will be Jeff Hill. He's the Executive Chair for the show.
Hello.
Hey, Jeff.
Sorry about that. I just jumped off of a conference session prep call, and we lost track of time. Lots of enthusiasm for the topic, and I was nerding out just a little too long, but it's going to be a great session.
That's perfectly fine, Jeff. I mean, honestly, it's the same energy that we have been getting from everyone that we've been speaking with. So right now, there are 14,000 people that are building their schedules, they're booking their meetings, they're packing their bags, getting ready to head to Satellite. And we've got 465 companies that are finalizing their move-in plans as they will head on site in 2 days, start building up their booths on that show floor. So we know there's a lot to navigate when you're planning your time for both Satellite and GovMillSpace next week, especially with all of the new networking features and activations that we've added to the show. So we decided to do this live stream, walking you through the different features of the show, what the different registration passes include, and just call out some of the highlights we think that you should add to your list for next week. So first, want to get the logistical information out of the way. Very important, though, for everyone to know. So all show activities, with the exception of a few of the networking events, are going to take place at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. The locations of all of the events, including start times and end times, are listed in the official show mobile app. So make sure you download it if you haven't already. So we also know that just because you're on site at the show, your office work doesn't end. However, there are plenty of lounge areas and seating in the convention center, including some in the main lobby near the coffee shop, all along the concourse down by the exhibit hall. There's also a lounge area near room 143 up by the conference sessions. Additionally, we've got several networking areas and seating areas on the exhibit hall show floor. So again, plenty of space for you to sit down, answer some emails, put some finishing touches on that project, just get some work done that we know you'll have to be doing throughout the week. The convention center is large, so I'm sure that you will find plenty of places to be able to take a seat. And we do have a map of the convention center in the mobile app to help you navigate your way around that building. So again, if you haven't downloaded it, just make sure you do so before you get on site for the event.
Yeah, if I could give one piece of advice to our attendees, it's to download the mobile app. It's really easy. We have a QR code up on the screen here that you can scan. You can search Satellite DC in the App Store or in Google Play, or you can visit the website seen on this slide as well. And then once you've downloaded, you have to be registered in order to access it. But once you have downloaded it and registered, you can create your account using the same email address you used to register. So that's really important. It won't let you in if you use a different email address. So once you're in, why should you use the mobile app? The interactive maps of the venue are super helpful because, like Lindsay said, it's a big place. There's a lot going on. You can also create a personalized schedule. You can bookmark sessions that look interesting to you and not have to scroll through the entire agenda. You can see just the things that are interesting to you. We'll let you receive real-time updates and notifications through the app. So, important things to not forget. You won't have to, rely on your agenda. We'll send that to you and you'll just get a little ping every time we need you to know something. And then I think best of all, the best thing about the mobile app is you can use it to connect with other attendees. After you've logged in, you definitely complete your profile with your interests and what you're looking to accomplish. You'll get recommended matches right away. You can also search for specific people in the app, and then you can send meeting requests to meet with the people on site. And it just keeps getting better. We have an actual meeting hub on the show floor this year, where you can host those meetings. You don't have to go searching for a place. You can just have a very specific, meetup place that is easy to find, and you can hold your one-on-one meetings arranged through the app. So this is an awesome feature, and we're really excited to see so many of you are already using it. After you register, like I said, you'll get an email with the mobile app information. And on that note, now I want to talk a little bit about registration. First of all, if you're not registered yet, you can still do that anytime by visiting our website, satshow.com. You can also register on site at the convention center, but just save yourself time and do it ahead of time. Registration hours are listed here. You can come on Sunday. There's a lot less people on Sunday, so it'll be a lot quicker, but we'll be open all week. And then it's important to remember that you need to bring your photo ID. And we did send a QR code out via email, which you can use to scan at the express badge pickup line. But if you don't have that, don't worry, we'll be able to use your photo ID, look up your record using your name. And then I just want to talk a little bit about what comes with the passes, because we do have new options this year. So here we have a clear breakdown of what each pass will get. And just starting off, everyone has access to the exhibit hall, the general sessions on Tuesday and Wednesday, and the keynotes that precede them. We also have content in the exhibit hall more than ever before. We have the tech theater in there, the Startup Space pitch competition back again, and then partner sessions in the Unveiled Theater. And also everyone's invited to the welcome reception on Monday evening. But there's definitely some things that you don't get access to with your exhibit hall pass, and those are noted here.
Yeah. Do you want me to just quickly run through those, Isabel? Because there are a lot of our marquee keynotes, like SES CEO Adel Al-Saleh during the Monday keynote luncheon. FCC Space Bureau Chief Jay Schwartz will be our opening keynote on Wednesday during the awards luncheon. You need a conference pass for that. And also our GovMilSpace keynote speaker on Monday morning, Vice Admiral Frank Whitworth from the NGA. You need conference level passes for those, as well as any of our breakout sessions in the conference program. We'll go through those in depth in a little bit.
And that's a good segue to talking about who is attending Satellite. One thing that makes this event really special is it not only gathers the entire global satellite and space community, which has grown so much over the past 10 years, but you'll also see a lot of non-space industries attending as well. So I just wanted to point out some of that here. You'll see, we have military and government, investment, finance, transportation, terrestrial telco, commercial markets. So, just to name a few companies, we've got John Deere attending, Carnival Cruise Lines, Delta Airlines, Apple, Verizon, SiriusXM, companies in energy, healthcare, retail. We also have a great investor program this year, so that audience has grown. And then, of course, the government and military representation is always strong, and it's even more pronounced this year with GovMilSpace. And despite all the uncertainty in recent weeks, it is still looking really good for next week. So we're really happy to see that.
Yeah, in fact, we have more, despite the uncertainty, we have more government speakers this year than we had last year, representing a broader range of agencies and even more end users on the speaking program than we had last year as well. One thing I wanted to throw in here is that, you see all these different types of attendees here, and I just wanted to highlight that Satellite's a very big, broad, and often intimidating show. There's a lot going on, and we build programs for all of these different types of attendees, and it's near impossible for one person to see it all. I've been working on the show since 2009, and I have yet to see everything that has been happening at once at Satellite. So it's really important, I think, to bring colleagues with you so you can tackle the show and see all of the different conference tracks, explore the exhibit hall floor, see everything that's going on there. And we make it really easy for you to bring your team we have a group registration portal. Isabel, do you want to just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have a group registration portal, like Jeff said. If you head to our Satellite registration page, you'll see it right there. But then, as always, we're here to help with any questions you have about that. So please reach out to us at the end of this presentation. We'll have all the contact information for you to be able to reach us. So yeah, absolutely agree with what Jeff said. And then I just want to point out a few other points about our audience this year who we're expecting to see. 50% of you are attending for the first time, which is really incredible. 23% are age 35 or younger. And then this year, 25% of the attendees are coming from a country outside of the United States, with over 112 countries represented. I love this. We really value the diversity of perspectives and experiences that this adds to the show. And then one thing I'll say is, when it comes to titles, while we have 25% of you at the C level or executive management level, you will meet professionals from all types of backgrounds: engineers, people in business development, government relations, PR and marketing. It really runs the gamut. So like Jeff said, bringing team members from different departments, they will all get something out of this show.
Absolutely. That 50% first-time attendees stat is mind-blowing to me. It's really amazing. We normally have about 30 to 40%, Isabel. And what we're seeing on the conference side, the reason there's so many first-time attendees is there's a large demand for learning about satellite technology. We're seeing a large chunk of people outside of the satellite and space industry coming to satellite to learn about these technologies, sometimes for the first time. And that's also, we have a lot of new people in the industry too, but it's mostly people coming to the show for educational purposes and also to network and engage with our industry. And that's kind of what I want to talk about next, is why it's so important to network at our show. In a world where change is the only really constant, networking is your safety net. And satellite is a great opportunity to connect and learn and grow with our industry, learn about new technologies, and it's your ticket staying relevant and thriving in a dynamic space industry. One of the really cool things about satellite is it's a conference where a lot of big new announcements, new products are announced. And these products, these new service announcements, these big deals and big reveals that we've had over the years, and we have some of these listed here, these all started with networking meetings that happened at Satellite. And it's been really cool over the years to see how some of these partnerships have come together and form. And then, at Satellite, we see the sort of result and the conclusion of those partnerships. So with half of the people at Satellite being new, your company, your group should have plenty of opportunities to meet new people, generate new leads. And as Isabel mentioned with the app, it gives you lots of tools to do that. And with our conference schedule and our event schedule, we give you lots of opportunities to network socially with our attendees.
Yeah, absolutely. Many people come to Satellite primarily for the connections, for the networking, and we've made a huge effort to help facilitate that even more this year. On this slide, you'll see some of the networking events we have planned. I won't go through all of them, but just a few ones to point out that are a little bit newer. The Brew Lounge in the exhibit hall will be open all week. This will be a really relaxed place that you can just kind of, kick back for a few and have some great conversations, grab a drink. That'll be open during all exhibit hall hours. And then back up to the top there, actually, I want to point out on Sunday evening, if you get into town and you're ready to start socializing, we have a few informal meetups that are listed on our networking page where you can just go ahead, show up anytime to one of these events, and you can start introducing yourself to people before the show even starts. I know a lot of people are traveling from out of town, so people get in on Sunday. And then the Satellite 5K, which is something we've done before, but it's been a while. I know a lot of people like to run. not one of them, but if I did, I would be joining this. The 5K on Wednesday morning is open to all registrants. You do have to register separately for that. A separate registration is required. You can find that link on our networking page. And then the Monuments by Moonlight Tour is another separate registration event, but that's going to be really cool. There's a trolley is going to take you around DC, and you're going to see some of the big, highlights for the monuments around there. So that's a really great way to make the most of your time in DC and actually enjoy yourself outside of, business working hours. So definitely encourage everyone to check those out. There's even more networking happening that I didn't even get to mention here. So please, again, like a broken record, but download the app, visit our website.
Yes, Bill, I want to also just point out that when you have thousands of people coming into one spot for Satellite, I mean, you're going to be submerged in what we call serendipitous networking. Whether you're walking through the halls of the convention center, going from your hotel to the center, standing in line to grab a cup of coffee, you're bound to run into other professionals that are also attending the event. So I encourage you just to say hello to the people that are around you. I mean, these conversations are often what we hear are the game changers of the event. It's a connection that you make randomly, while walking around that it turns into, a lucrative business partnership. Insider tip, just look for someone with the Satellite badge. Often people leave those badges on when they leave the convention center, and you'll see those badges kind of flooded all over the area in DC. So the other thing, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention our exhibit hall tours. So they are a scheduled event for Satellite, but it's a great way to meet with vendors and other professionals that are aligned with your business objectives. Jeff, I'm actually going to let you talk about the tours a little bit more because you kind of spearheaded this initiative for the show.
Sure. Before I do that, I want to show you, this is what the gold badge looks like. I brought the prop with me. So you'll see our staff will be wearing these gold badges. Also, we before we move on to exhibit hall, I did see a question from the audience about originally they registered for a hall pass. How do they upgrade to conference pass? Isabel, can you just quickly answer that before we go on?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you'd like to upgrade, you can head to the Satellite registration page, and there is a link there that says already registered. So if you've already registered, you want to upgrade, you can click on that and then sign in again using your registration email. And it should be easy from there. But again, if you have any questions or difficulties with that, please contact us. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Isabel. All right, so I will start with the guided tours and also talk a little bit about what else is happening in the exhibit hall. So brand new this year, we're doing guided exhibit hall tours of vendors. We're doing 3 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, and 2 on Thursday. And these are group tours where we are bringing around attendees to select vendors based on what type of attendee you are. If you're looking for government military technology, if you're looking for cellular wireless technology, we'll be hosting those tours. We'll be making announcements on site about the start of the tours. They usually start 10:30, and then we have a tour that's 1:45, and also a final one that's 3:15. You're welcome to jump on those tours, ask about what tour is going on right now, and we'd love to have you. We had signups before the show, and we have about 12 to 15 people in these groups, but you're welcome to join us. You'll see our tour guides holding signs for the tours, walking around the exhibit hall floor. So feel free to ask us about information how you can jump on the tours when they're starting, and we'll provide that for you on site. Also happening on the exhibit hall floor is our 9th annual Startup Space Entrepreneur Pitch Contest. This is our famous Shark Tank style competition with 10 competitors who are competing for about a dozen guaranteed pitch meetings with investors, a trip to compete at the World Satellite Business Week in Paris this coming fall, as well as podcast interviews with Guideforce via Satellite Magazine, It's really, really cool. It's often standing room only. That happens on Tuesday. We start at 11 o'clock, and I would suggest you come early because that gets packed pretty fast. We also have 2 dedicated exhibiting pavilions, the Startup Pavilion, which is open to all of our startups who are either early seed or Series A. You'll often find some groundbreaking and new technologies in this pavilion. I believe that's in like the 900 area. It's in the sort of the, if you're looking at the exhibit hall, it's like back and to the left. And then in front of that in the 700 area is our new GovMillSpace Pavilion. This is our dedicated exhibiting pavilion that is just for government military vendors. And as well, we also have a tech theater. Our tech conference program is on the exhibit hall floor, and that's running throughout Tuesday through Thursday. So we'll have conference sessions starting in the tech theater. These are tech-focused sessions for some of our engineering attendees, and you can attend those with an exhibit hall pass. So what if you are a conference registrant and you have registered for our conference program, you get access to a lot of really great sessions, more than 40 sessions featuring tech leaders, thought leaders, executive leaders in our industry. We have our leadership forum and our investment forum, which is open to, I believe, our leadership forum pass holders and our all access pass holders. And these are panels of CEOs, the top executives in our industry and top financiers and investors in our industry commenting on industry-wide challenges. This is where you'll find like the launch service executives panel, the manufacturers executive panel, operators talking about multi-orbit versus single orbit. This is like really the core conference program. This is like what we really, really put a lot of value into. I mean, you'll never get this kind of leadership all in the same room at another conference for the satellite industry. We also have the Mobility Forum, which is our program dedicated to end users and service providers in mobile industries such as airlines, cruise lines, automobiles. We have sessions on fire and public safety. We have sessions on smart agriculture for rural environments. And that is 10 sessions happening across Tuesday through Thursday. And finally, we have our GovMillSpace program, which is 16. It's a massive program, 16 sessions from Monday through Thursday, kicking off with our keynote from Vice Admiral Whitworth from the NGA and covering discussions like security in space, direct to cell for military use, the use of AI in military space programs, so on and so forth. I mean, we've got more than 250 top speakers. This program is very, very, very strong. If you go to our website, sasho.com, and you just click the tab on speakers on why attend, you'll see the range of expertise that we have, that we're very fortunate to be able to host at Satellite. And these topics, we don't just make these topics up ourselves and guess. These are sourced from our industry. Like, we talk directly to executives about what the topics of our conference should be. So please check out our conference program. It also gives you an opportunity to ask questions directly to these people. I mean, everybody is excited to engage with our audience, our keynotes, our speakers. Satellite gives you an opportunity to ask them questions directly. And we'd love to see you there. Love to see you become a part of the discussion. So that's everything that's happening in the conference. If you want to upgrade your exhibit hall pass, you get access to this incredible program that we've worked all year on. And we hope you really get a lot out of it.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, we're certainly going to have our entire team on site. So, if at any point you've got questions or you're unsure about where to go, or, if you just need any help while you're on site, just look for any of us with that gold name badge that Jeff flashed earlier in this webinar. So again, thank you for participating in this. I hope we have cleared up some questions and helped you set your pathway for next week. Whether you're looking to expand your network, understand how this industry is evolving, close business deals, or even lean into your work-life balance with some DC-based activities while you're on site next week. We've got you covered during satellite and GovMill space. All this info is going to be sent to you via email so that you've got it in writing. We'll also have this webinar available on demand, so you can go back and rewatch it if you just want to kind of refresh yourself on the information. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us directly. You can also email the customer service email that is right there on the screen. If there are any other questions that come through the chat that we don't get to, we will answer them via our LinkedIn group. So check back there. And lastly, any that are on here, if you're not registered and you're on the fence thinking about satellite, or you're not sure, or now you need to, registration is still open. It'll be open through the event, like Isabel said, but we do encourage you to register early because the lines can get long to register on site. So we look forward to seeing everyone. We're all headed on site this weekend to start getting everything ready and welcome the masses into DC on Sunday and Monday. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
See you then.
We'll see you next week.